Have you ever noticed that some perfectly clean, well-groomed seniors begin to carry a faint urine-like scent, and no matter how often they bathe, it still seems to follow them? It's one of those topics almost nobody talks about openly, even though millions of older adults experience it. Families notice it. Caregivers notice it. Some seniors notice it on themselves and feel confused, embarrassed, or worried. And the shocking truth is this: the smell often has nothing to do with poor hygiene. Instead, it comes from a handful of small, everyday habits and health shifts that quietly change as we age. Changes that most seniors never realize are affecting the way they smell. Doctors say that 7 overlooked mistakes are responsible for most urine-like scents in older adults. Some are simple, some are surprising, and a few are so hidden that even seniors who are doing everything right end up struggling with odor anyway. Today, we're breaking open all 7 mistakes, plus the real reasons they happen, the misconceptions behind them, and the tiny daily adjustments that can completely transform the way someone smells, feels, and lives. If you or someone you love has ever felt confused about why this scent appears, stay with me. The answers are clearer than you might think, yet rarely discussed honestly. The hidden hydration breakdown. Most people assume staying hydrated is simple: drink water and you're good. But aging changes this basic process in ways that catch almost everyone by surprise. By the time someone reaches their 70s and 80s, the internal signal that says, "I'm thirsty," becomes dramatically weaker. The body needs water, but the brain doesn't send that sharp, urgent reminder anymore. Seniors go hours without drinking, not because they're neglecting their health, but because their body simply isn't asking for water the way it used to. What happens next is subtle but powerful. When the body doesn't receive enough fluid, urine becomes darker, thicker, and far more concentrated. And concentrated urine has a noticeably stronger scent. It's richer in waste materials the kidneys are trying to flush out. That stronger scent clings to clothing more easily, sticks to skin longer, and becomes noticeable even after regular showers. Consider Margaret, age 82. She loved her morning routine: a cup of coffee at 7 a.m., another at 10, some tea in the afternoon, and maybe a little juice with dinner. She thought this was normal hydration. In reality, she was barely drinking water at all. Coffee and tea are mild diuretics. They make the body lose water. So even though she kept sipping throughout the day, her body was falling deeper into dehydration. The scent on her clothing became stronger, especially by mid-afternoon. She tried showering more, washing her clothes more, and switching detergents, but nothing helped. It wasn't until her grandson bought her a set of colorful water bottles and gently reminded her to drink from them throughout the day that everything changed. Within a week, the odor was noticeably lighter. Within 2 weeks, it was almost gone. Doctors often mention hydration, but they rarely emphasize the most important part: steady hydration, not sudden gulps at the end of the day. The body works best when water arrives slowly and consistently, not all at once. A few sips each hour can completely change how the bladder functions, how the kidneys filter, and yes, how someone smells. And while this solves a major portion of the odor problem, hydration isn't the full story. Because even seniors who drink plenty of water still face the next issue, one that's far more common than anyone realizes. Silent leaks and micro leaks most people miss. When we think of bladder leaks, we imagine noticeable accidents. But the majority of seniors don't experience dramatic leaks. Instead, they experience micro leakage, tiny dribbles that occur when they stand up too fast, laugh, cough, lift something, or simply move after sitting for too long. These dribbles are so small that many seniors don't even realize they're happening, but the scent becomes trapped in clothing, fabrics, or skin folds almost immediately. As people age, the muscles that support the bladder slowly weaken. Nerve signals become less reliable. Pressure builds faster, and even a small change in posture can trigger a leak. Seniors often develop coping habits without noticing, wearing darker clothes, avoiding long outings, or carrying extra tissues just in case. Take Harold, age 84. He prided himself on being independent, sharp, and healthy. He went for walks every morning. He kept his home spotless. Yet his daughter noticed a persistent urine-like smell near his recliner and on his clothes. Harold insisted he never had accidents. But during a doctor's visit, tests showed that he was experiencing post-void dribbling, a tiny delay between finishing urination and fully emptying the bladder. These microleaks dried quickly, didn't feel dramatic enough to notice, but created a constant scent. The fix was simple: absorbent pads designed specifically for men. Not bulky diapers, not hospital-grade items, just discreet, comfortable liners. Within days, the scent was gone. Many seniors avoid talking about leakage because they fear losing independence. But addressing the issue actually gives independence back. And the truth is, microleaks are so common that doctors see them every single day. There's nothing shameful about it. But even seniors with zero leakage still develop odor. And that's because the next mistake hides in plain sight. Clothing fibers that trap scent like a sponge. This is one of the biggest secrets behind the senior odor problem. Fabrics have memory. Once they trap a smell deep in their fibers, it can return again and again, even after washing. This is especially true for older garments that have been worn for years. Over time, microscopic layers of skin cells, sweat, body oils, medication residues, and natural aging byproducts settle into the threads. One drop of urine, even a tiny amount, can activate all those stored odors at once. Many seniors grew up in a time when clothes were worn multiple days in a row, laundry was done weekly, and waste not, want not, was a way of life. That mindset stays with them. But the modern aging body produces different oils, different scents, and different skin chemistry. Clothes need more frequent washing than they used to. There's also a surprising scientific angle. Older fabrics often hold on to scents longer because the fibers break down slightly over time, creating tiny grooves where odor molecules settle and don't fully rinse out. Consider Helen, age 86, who wore the same beloved sweater almost every day. It looked clean, it felt soft, and she couldn't understand why people gently moved away when she sat close. The sweater had absorbed months of faint odors, none strong enough individually to notice, but layered together like invisible buildup. Once her daughter washed it with a special odor-neutralizing soak, vinegar, baking soda, and a gentle hypoallergenic detergent, the smell disappeared. And when they washed it more often from that point forward, it never returned. Clothing isn't the enemy, but it's often the silent carrier of odor. Still, this problem becomes much worse when combined with the next mistake, one that most people don't even realize they're making. Skin that isn't fully cleaned after small accidents. Seniors often assume that if they shower daily, they're covered. But the truth is, urine residue can linger on the skin long after an accident, even a tiny one. This is especially true for areas that are harder to reach, like the lower abdomen, inner thighs, groin folds, or beneath the belly. Mobility changes make certain angles almost impossible to wash properly. And when someone feels rushed, tired, or sore, they may wash only the most obvious areas, leaving behind traces they don't even realize are there. Urine residue dries into the skin's natural oils. Once dried, it doesn't rinse off easily. Over time, this creates irritation, rashes, and a stale scent that becomes more stubborn. Bill, age 79, struggled with lower back stiffness that made twisting uncomfortable. He showered every morning, but he couldn't reach all the way around his hips. A physical therapist suggested unscented wipes and a barrier cream after every bathroom visit. The change was immediate. His skin healed, the odor disappeared, and he said he felt more himself again. The most important part is recognizing that thorough cleaning is not a luxury. It's essential health care. But even seniors who clean well, wash their clothes, and manage leakage still make one innocent mistake that sabotages everything: using perfumes and sprays that amplify odor instead of hiding it. This is one of the most surprising mistakes, and also one of the most common. Many seniors try to mask an odor with perfume, scented laundry boosters, or strong air fresheners. They want to avoid embarrassment, so they choose pleasant, familiar scents: floral, powdery, herbal, or whatever they've loved for years. But here's the catch: when perfume interacts with urine molecules, even tiny traces, it changes chemically. The result is a strange, sour, overpowering scent that becomes even more noticeable than the original odor. It's not that the perfume smells bad. It's that the combination creates a completely new smell that clings to clothing, upholstery, and hair. Janet, age 80, sprayed her bedroom, clothing, and recliner daily with a strong floral scent. Visitors noticed her home smelled odd, almost thick, even though they couldn't identify it. When she switched to fragrance-free cleaning, more frequent laundry, and better aeration, the strange scent disappeared. Scented sprays don't fix the odor, they fuse with it. Fresh air, natural airflow, clean fabrics, and proper hygiene work far better than any cover-up. But even perfect habits won't fully eliminate odor if the body itself is signaling a deeper issue. Medical conditions that change urine scent. Sometimes the problem has nothing to do with hygiene, clothing, or cleaning. Sometimes the scent is actually the body's early warning system. Urinary tract infections, blood sugar imbalances, changes in kidney function, side effects from new medications. Even simple dehydration combined with a minor infection can dramatically change the way urine smells. And here's the wild part: odors often appear before other symptoms. For example, a UTI can cause a sharp, pungent smell days before burning or discomfort begin. Blood sugar issues can create a sweet or unusually strong scent. Certain medications interact with the body's chemistry and produce a different aroma altogether. Robert, age 82, ignored a new odor for months. He didn't feel pain, so he assumed it was just aging. When his daughter insisted he get checked, the doctor found a simple infection. After treatment, the odor disappeared completely. Medical appointments aren't just checkups, they're protection. They help detect issues seniors often blame on age, but are actually treatable conditions. But even with perfect medical care, one final mistake keeps seniors stuck silently struggling: staying silent about changing hygiene needs. Many seniors grew up in times when private matters stayed private. They were raised to handle personal needs alone, to be strong, self-reliant, graceful, composed. So when mobility shifts, skin changes, or bladder issues begin, they feel uncomfortable talking about them. They want to maintain dignity. They don't want to worry anyone. They don't want to feel like a burden. But silence makes everything harder. Grace, age 85, struggled with arthritis so severe she could barely grip a washcloth. She felt embarrassed to tell her daughter. For months, she improvised, doing the best she could. Eventually, the odor became noticeable, and when she finally opened up, her daughter immediately adjusted the laundry routine, bought easier-to-hold wipes, and helped her reorganize her bathroom. Grace said she felt lighter, knowing she wasn't alone. This is the emotional heart of the issue. No one should struggle in silence. When seniors speak openly, whether to family, caregivers, or doctors, they gain support, understanding, and solutions they didn't know existed. The quiet truth behind the senior urine odor problem. So why do so many seniors smell like urine, even when they're clean? Because aging changes everything slowly and silently. Because small habits add up. Because clothing fibers hold memories. Because the body's signals weaken. Because dignity keeps people silent. But the good news is this: every one of these problems has a fix, and none of them requires shame, judgment, or embarrassment. Hydra, tie-in, leak management, cleaner clothing routines, better skin care, avoiding heavy fragrances, regular checkups, and open conversations. Every small step adds comfort, confidence, and dignity back into daily life. If someone you love struggles with this issue, gently start the conversation. If you're a senior experiencing this yourself, know that it doesn't define you. It doesn't mean you're unclean. It doesn't mean you're alone. It simply means your body is changing, and now you finally know how to respond. Your comfort matters, your dignity matters, and your well-being matters more than you realize.